Hello you lovely Clio lovers. This is your weekly update as you want it. Look who we have in here. Geese. He showed up to collect some of his carbon bits and pieces.
Top secret.
Yeah, it's top secret, but it's no secret I make carbon fiber. So what I've made for him is going to be visible on his channel very shortly. Subscribe, geesefab and .com and all that stuff. Don't confuse it with geesefab. That's his special website. Special. Anyways, I tasked Geese to do some welding for me today because A, he's a professional, and B, well, there is no real B. It was just like, hey, you can weld it better, so can you do it for me? So what have we done, you probably asking. First thing is we did this welding. There's a little bit of a clip. I mean, light work of it. Because obviously on the turbo the normal outlet goes down and we are kind of limited with the space. So I needed to weld this elbow and he's done an amazing job out of it. And then obviously this boost pipe going this way. And now we are modifying all of these bits and pieces in here. Is cutting and using my small but functional workshop. How's my workshop size-wise?
Shithole.
Come on, it's not fair. I mean, yes, it's small, but I mean, it's more than usable, right?
Right, I see, yeah, but I like how you keep your sex toy Henry readily available plugged in all the time.
Exactly, you see, it's like, I mean, I have the bandsaw, I have all the welders, Artec welders. You know what he said? He's like, you only have a TIG 170, I'll need to weld it at 200 amps. I'm like, nonsense. You can weld it at 170. He's like, we'll melt your torch.
And that's exactly what we did.
It's fine. I replaced it before. I mean, luckily those torches are fairly cheap. I mean, it's fine. Look, it didn't even change color. Anyways, he's done an outstanding job with this, and now he's doing that thing. And also, we modified my radiator. We put an AN8 outlet here because before, I don't know if some of you remember, I've never run an expansion tank, so filling it with fluid, with coolant, and then obviously getting the air out was a bit of a pain because the filler was right here at the top and it was basically almost in line with this outlet on the engine, and this is no good. You want it a little bit higher, so it was always problematic. I've been told that you will have problems, but I kind of did it anyways because, you know. Ooh, check this out. How happy I will with this. Get a better view. I mean, would you run it on your car like this?
No, I read the whole thing.
Yeah, but we're not redoing the whole thing because I think it's just nonsense. I mean, the pipe is a pipe.
It's a mix between time we've got and material.
Exactly, but it's fine. Look, as long as it meets up, yeah, I reckon it meets up fine.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's a little bit too long, I think, slightly, no?
It's not. It's the ribs literally just here where my finger is. I've cut it down again, so you've got that to put a clamp on.
Okay. Yeah, like that is fine. Yeah, I mean, you have space here and it clears everything and there is space. I think it will work because there's another sort of, it's not really a small issue. Actually, hold on. Can we try with an air filter? Because the air filter sort of dictates. Program! Yeah, I think it clears. I think it's good. I think it's nice and even, straight sort of run to the intercooler from the turbo without 90-degree bends. You don't really want 90-degree bends. every 90-degree bend, well, they actually say every silicone 90-degree is 1 psi of pressure loss, but also 90-degree bends, they are not optimal. You know, 45 is absolutely no problem for the air, but 90, you want to try and avoid as much as possible. You want to sort of smooth the flow. So, but that's obviously theoretical in the best case scenario. A lot of the time it's impossible to achieve. And look what he's doing. He's going to weld it right on the car. I mean, what a professional. I'm surprised he's not using his knees for the pedal. Oh, like this. Oh. Yes, Daddy.
Yes, Daddy.
An obvious question you're probably gonna ask right now is like, why are you doing all of this? Everything worked before in your car. You've done all this like 2 years ago. I can see it. He's doing that.
Fucking about, that's why.
Because I decided, you see the angle of this thing. Listen.
With 3 weeks to go.
Well, it's 8 weeks. Anyways.
Not fucking 8 weeks.
I decided to angle the intercooler and the radiator because I want the ducting through the bonnet. That was kind of a dream of mine for a number of years, and I was like, there's no space, and it seems I might have found just about enough space to make this happen this time. And obviously some of those things need to be redone. Luckily, not only we have the professional master welder, RuskiWeldFab the master, in the house.
I prefer the term masturbator.
Masturbator. I only just got that. Oh my god, I'm so slow. The ducting will come out from here like this, and it was fairly easy, sort of. All I had to do is just move this sort of crush bar to the front ever so slightly, and then everything gets angled. And I'm going to be making the new bumper anyways because the wide arches go. So it was almost like it's inevitable because I have to redo so many things. I may as well do it right and prepare for what lies ahead. Some of the hoses need to be redone. This mainly for the radiator. There's a few adapters here. This gets angled, but you will see it all in due course. I think it will work absolutely wonderful.
p.m.
Few hours later. Well, Eden left. Thank you very much, mate, for all the help. He mainly did that. He welded that. He welded that. And yes, the boost pipe. And what I did after he left is this. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. That's expansion, coolant expansion tank. Like I mentioned before, I never actually had it, and I always had a problem because the radiator was about here, and this is your sort of main sort of outlet, and it was almost level, and it was always really difficult to bleed the system, to get all the air out of the system. And unfortunately, yeah, I ran it like that on 2023 season. It kind of worked. It kind of been okay, but time to do it. So now we have an expansion tank which is higher than the engine itself. Two hoses, obviously one that Eden welded and 8 is the intake, with this is before the pump, and then there is an overflow that will come from here. This is the one that goes to the turbo cooling. So basically have a T from there, from T7 design, yes. So two hoses, Bob's your uncle. It's about 0.8 liters capacity, more than enough. Anyways, I think, guys, this is enough for this update. Yeah, subscribe, like, and I'll see you on the next one. 6 weeks and counting. It's almost done. I can smell the victory. Bye bye.